I want you two incompetents down to the Nectarola building now! There's been a murder, and the chairman, Madam Quinby, requested you special, Rochi. Just like old times, eh? Now don't screw this up!
It's a big truck.
So, you and Quinby have a history I should know about, Rochi? I didn't picture you in with such a high-class crowd.
Oh, yeah. People always told me I smell royally.
I could be a tick. Ticks are arachnids.
Well, maybe it's because about 30 years back, I was the primary on the old royal egg case. Some egg-napping insects ran off with Quinby's rightful heir. We never found out who did it. I tell you, kid, something was rotten about that case, and I don't mean the egg, but I could never prove it. Either way, Madam Quinby was left without a successor. She's been in power way longer than normal because of it.
She's so sweet in all the commercials. What's she like in real life?
Tough. So we gotta be tougher, kid. She can be very charming and persuasive, so you gotta hold your ground. Just follow my lead. Okay, now leave this to me, kid. All right, can we get everyone to move over to this side of the room?
Ah, Detective Carruthers, the years have treated you well. Could we perhaps have everyone over here instead? We were in the middle of a rather important rehearsal when the tragedy occurred.
Sure, Madam Quinby. That would be fine, just fine.
Tough.
Ain't she just the bee's knees, kid?
Oh, please call me honey. And who is your charming friend?
Who? Oh, this is my partner, Detective Chris List.
Nice to...
So, what seems to be the problem, your honeyness?
Oh, it was just awful. We were rehearsing for the big launch of my new Nectarola flavor, Manchurian Cherry.
Yeah, the granny for
I was
sure.
on break. My loyal advisor, Busby, was standing in for me. I hate those hot lights. We were just about to resume when a cable snapped and he was crushed like a... well, you know. I saw a shadowy figure run from the rafters. My word. You know, I think the killer was after me. But it all happened so fast. I still can't believe it. Oh, Busby.
The guy just taking
Well, this was clearly a tragedy for you and the Nectarola Company. I can see you truly cared for your assistant, as you do all living creatures, and the fair city of Troy.
Madam Quinby, would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Well, of course, my dear. Of course.
Those extra legs are kind of making me feel gross. Just the position of them, like, this shit ain't right. This shit ain't right at all. I wanna this a little smaller because it isn't really made up a leg. Let's do some detectoring. The camera. Alright, let's look at the bodies. Ooh.
This sandbag was used to help counterweight the B-bot. I should take a look at this. This is a script for the big product introduction they were getting ready to put on. The victim never even had a chance to let go of it.
Oh, that was so like Busby.
Oh.
He held on to that script the same way he held on to life, with an iron grip, even after being crushed by a B-bot.
Well, I guess he didn't hold on to life after all. But he clearly kept holding on to the script. The way the rope on that sandbag is cut proves that this B-bot's fall was no accident. I should find some way to open the hatch and back of this thing, but I'll probably end up thorax deep in busted bits of B-bot. You know, No matter how many bodies I've had to scrape off of windshields, no matter how many fatal fly swatter accidents I've had to investigate, no matter how many moths I've taken to the burn unit, I never get any queasier. The big X on the floor is made of gaffer's tape.
That's where I was supposed to be standing for the big announcement. And
Someone
poor
wanted
Busby.
to kill
If
you.
only I hadn't asked him to stand in for me.
Then you'd be lying here dead instead of him. How do you feel about that?
How am I supposed to feel? Well, horribly guilty, I suppose. And devastated. Simply devastated, of course.
Alright. Let's continue investigating.
That's part of the set, hung from the flies.
What is this, picture? Oh, no. No, it's not. Can't click on him. I'll probably have to come back here at some point. Oh, yeah, we should go up here.
Can you move aside so I can get by?
It's an explosion of cherry flavor.
How'd I know you'd say that? Who controls you?
It's an explosion.
Spare me. What did you see?
Gee, it's almost
An
like there's a bad
explosion of cherry
person
flavor.
in charge of this place.
There was an explosion? Where?
In every can of new Nectarola Manchurian cherry.
I see.
It's an explosion of cherry flavor.
Yes, so I've heard. I guess your programming is rather limited.
Alright, we gotta figure out how to. Ugh, look at this character.
What can you tell me about the accident?
It was hideous.
He looks cool.
Hideous! Busby was standing in for Quimby, just like she told you. She was on her executive's chair. Busby was reading from the script, and suddenly, the Bebop just fell.
Did you see the person on the catwalks that Quimby claimed to have seen?
I'm afraid not. I was slightly distracted by the dying assistant crushed underneath the Bebot.
Your fucking accent. Did
Fair
it really
enough.
have to be British?
Can you command that Bebot who keeps saying, "It's an explosion of cherry flavor"?
Yes, that's one of the chorus line Bebots. I can give him orders, but that's up to Quimby, not me.
Certainly, Detective.
All right, then. I can have the Bebot move to the right, the left, do a shuffle off to Buffalo, or take a bow. What do you want to see?
Wait, is this gonna be like stage
Tell it
left?
to move to the left.
Okay, Bebot, shimmy to stage left.
Okay, good. Oh, jeez.
I may need to ask you more questions.
I'll be here. The show must go on.
He looks too tough to sound like such a pansy.
That's part of the set, hung from the flies. There's something glinting on it.
Something glinting.
That's part of the set.
Yeah, so how do we get it? Boom.
One of the uniformed officers said this was for the big finish of the television event. Apparently, after the tap-dancing Bebots introduce Quimby, the boom lifts her up to fly above the stage, where she's joined by two more Bebots, assuming their ropes hold. Sounds very magical.
Indeed. Alright, so how do I get the glinting thing? Maybe I have to go talk to someone over it.
This is the box's lock.
Sure is.
This box is locked and bolted down. Very odd. I should find a way to open it. I don't see anything unusual.
Whoa, wait. What's this? Paper
Look
clip?
what I can do.
Oh!
Maybe I can pick the lock with this paperclip.
Maybe.
Eureka! I broke the paperclip off in the lock. Now there's no way to get that lock open.
Oh no! How do I get that thing? I want the thing.
That's part of the set, hung from the flies.
Yeah. How do I get it? Can I use my paperclip?
I can't reach the set piece from here.
Way to go, I know, right? I'm the best. Shit. I guess we better talk to that woman before I investigate some more. I see Rochi's doing all the work.
Did Busby have any enemies?
Well, I can't believe he did. He was honest, brave, thoughtful, kindly. Have I left anything out? I don't know why anyone would want to hurt him.
Did anyone know he was going to be standing in for you?
No, at least not at that particular moment. I have taken quite a few breaks. Rehearsing for public appearances is always so exhausting. But it was pure happenstance that Busby was standing in for me at that particular moment. Oh, cruel fate. Well, cruel to Busby. Lucky for me.
Do you have any enemies?
What a ridiculous thought. Can you imagine? It couldn't be one of Nectarola's competitors, since there are no competitors. I crushed all of the other soft drink companies ages ago. And it certainly couldn't be a disgruntled ex-employee. All of my ex-employees are thoroughly gruntled before they leave the premises. I insist on it. So I can't imagine who would want to harm me.
Might as well cover right now.
What about current employees? Anyone who might benefit from a vacancy at the top?
Absolutely not. I never promote from within the company. It might encourage exactly the kind of conniving and murder you're suggesting.
Her eyelashes freak me out.
What about family members?
I don't know your family. Oh, you mean my family? I have none to speak of.
So you're sure there's nobody from your past that might be holding a grudge?
Well, naturally there are various suitors that I've rejected over the years, but it's been a long time since all that, and I can't think of any who would be moved now to do me harm.
There's gotta be a motive here. Nobody tries to commit murder without a motive.
You look like she's
Is there
made out of
anyone who
wood.
might want to stop the introduction of your
lady, I
new
mean.
flavor?
I suppose the people from the National Candidates Association were a little disappointed. We did choose to go with Manchurian Cherry instead of Manchurian Candidates, but I don't see how killing me would help their cause.
Manchurian Cherry, huh?
Yes, our new slogan is, "It's an explosion of cherry flavor." I do hope you'll try some, Detective. I'm sure you'll love it.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. If you think of anything, please give Rochi or me a call at the precinct.
I certainly will. I'd like this mess cleared up as soon as possible. And speaking of which, who's responsible for carting this body away?
Wait.
The coroner will be by shortly,
Wait,
I'm
she
sure.
doesn't even have extra
Oh,
arms.
thank goodness.
She's just
He's
a
right
normal
in my
bug.
spotlight.
I thought that was Rochi that had the extra set of arms. She doesn't have an extra set of arms. So she's just a normal bug.